You're welcome to part 5 of my video clip, which is titled Farming is Unprofitable. Farming is unprofitable. And kindly remember to like, to subscribe, and to share this video. You may be helping someone who would have made the mistake of expecting that commercial farming will help him to get rich in life. That's a blatant lie. You need to please help someone not to dabble into failure. From part 1 to 4, I really have spoken so much. Part 1 was like an overview of why agric fails. In part 2, I talked about the human factors. Part 3, human factors that made the projects fail. Then part 4, I talked about human factors still, but at the same time, I talked about the various bodies of agric bodies that are fronting or professing to help farmers, including government too. And I also talked about my own personal experiences when we talk of joint venture partnership in agric and my experience as the manager of such project. I talked about the equipment. I was on that. I was talking about the equipment. Yes, I talked the equipment required as a farmer and so on and so forth. And then later I talked about my personal experiences, especially concerning these agric bodies and our own, collective reasons why agric fails. So, as I was saying from the previous chapter, I did mention that I had an experience whereby, I didn't want to say much because, like I said, I didn't want to be personal. Suffice it to say that corruption, human corruption, is at the root of everything that makes agriculture fail. Because at any point in your investment in agric, corruption is present. So I have enumerated all these things. What can we say? If you ask me, what can we do to make agric to become a profitable venture? What can we do? As I said earlier, God is still faithful. If you plant one seed of maize, you can get as much as 1,000 seeds on a pod. Even if it is small, you can get as little as much as 200. I won't say little because one seed that produces 200 seeds. That's a multiplication. God is as faithful. But our pricing, the cost of input into the agric system is what is causing the problem. And 2, the fact that the market is the one that determines the price, not the factors of production put together. For instance, an agric person ought to cost every input that he expended upon his farm and then add his profit margin. It is never so. The moment this still remains so, agric will never be profitable. Then 3, our governments, they are paying lip service to agriculture. To be candid, agriculture should be classified as an essential service, public essential service, in the sense that no individual can fund agric as required. Nobody can do it. Then, if government can come up with a sizable agricultural plan that they will fund and make the produce available for the populace at cheap rate. They will know that it's a subsidized thing, just like the subsidized fuel. So, if they can do that, then there will be food, there will be, and then 3, let every individual who is interested in agri, let him practice or her practice, subsistence farming, something that let everybody be interested in farming, whether it is poultry, whether it is whatever. Just do something that will help to feed your family. Do it, but if you do it for commercial, I tell you, you will never recover your money. I've experienced it. Many a time the truth is bitter all the time. The truth is bitter all the time. But many a time when I reveal certain things, it will appear as if this man, how come in the church you see loopholes? In a Greek again that you said you love, you see loopholes. But brethren, unless you have no discerning eyes, it is there you will not see loopholes. Loopholes, when you spot them, they are supposed to improve your life. You are supposed to do something about loopholes. That's why the corrections I'm making in the ministry, the corrections I'm now making in a Greek, it cuts across everywhere. Anywhere I go, it's my nature. Anywhere I go, I look at what can be done to improve what is to the level of what ought to be. My principle is what ought to be, and then what is on ground that we are doing. Now, what can we do that is not taking us to the level of what it ought to be? And we'll continue to talk about that. If we don't talk about that, there will be no progress. Again, it is important, like I said, let everybody do little agri. And then so that then government can help farmers to stabilize prices. Let's reverse the awkward factors that we are using now, pricing factor. Let the government cost what it costs, apart from engaging in the agri itself. Let whoever wants to sell to the market determine his price. If you want the person to determine his price, he will be able to put into consideration all the labors, all the everything, the money expended, then add his own profit. So long as we continue to operate the way we are, life will never be the same. Then again, open more lands. It is crazy for somebody in Irepodun Ifelodun to go to Ikole to go and do farming, to go to Yemero to go and do farming, to go to where? The land at Erio here can still capture, if opened. Open this land. There are vast land there, unopened. What is government doing? Open it so that people can rent it, so that they can use it to farm. Then the Y card and all these agricultural processes can be that, look, pay the people, forget about saying that you are sharing profit, forget about anything. Pay them something like salary, let them be producing these things. Then you fix the price for selling them, and then pay them incomes that will be commensurate, pay them a living wage. Because to be candid, though everybody that I've interviewed on YCAD or any of these government agree, they have always said it is not a good venture, but they are only into it because for lack of what to do, not what to do. They have nothing to do. That's why they are there. Go and ask those who did the fish farming. They made no profit, and they expended their time and energy and everything. If you are paying them salaries to do those ones, yes, they will know that, well, we are engaged. So let the loss or profit go to the government. Then let all these our so-called Greek leaders from all farmers association, on Judgment Day, maybe because I'm a pastor, that's my fear, the day of judgment. Those who headed NACO, those who headed ethics and values, those who headed all these, name them, FEDAN, those who headed, people just capitalize on exploiting one another. Ìdájọ́ Ọlọ́run bẹ̀ ọ́. There is a day of giving account. Those who personalized people's inputs, who went to sell them instead of giving them to the... Like I said, I gave an example of the experience I had with one body the other day. I got cassava stems from them. It was given by federal government free. Yes. It was given to them to give to farmers free. Okay. And I was interested. And in spite of the fact that it was free, I still paid, instead of 150 naira per bundle, as government has, that government, sells it. I paid 50 naira as a subsidy, and I was responsible for transportation and everything from that place, location, to the farm. I was shocked. Well, initially I thought it was a joke, but when they mentioned it, I said, oh, they were saying, okay, you know what? You're going to give us 50% of the cassava tubers. 50% of cassava tubers. And unfortunately, even the cassava came in around September, whatever we planted, we couldn't even plant them all. At least not less than 40% got wasted. The little that was planted, you wanted at the end of the whole harvest, when I have labored, one, you are not saying we should partner together to spend money to clear the land, to plant, to do everything, but you are interested in the outcome, that you will take 50% of the tubers, and then you will take cassava stems so that you can propagate. I kept quiet as if I was stupid, and I was just, in fact, deep down me, I felt sorry for this nation. Or is it the corruption that is so endemic in their system that they just feel that, even if you kill your fellow man, you don't bother. You are not paying a kobo for the farming process. And then after all my labor, after everything, I will now give you 50% of the already failed project, because 40% of the cassava stem wasted. And whatever I now realize from the little thing that I am able to make, and incidentally, so interesting, even by the time the cassava was ready, over a year ago, there was no market again. So you will now come and harvest those tubers to make a gari or to do whatever, and then you eat it and you feel contented. You feel that you are smart. Then when the farm was growing, then started telling me, we want to come and inspect the farm. We want to see somebody from IITA, all this, coming to inspect the farm and all that. One day I couldn't take it anymore. I said, come. If everybody is stupid, don't think I'm stupid. How much did your body contribute to this little farm? All we are talking about is even less than 2 hectares. How much did your body contribute to this thing? And you want to take 50%, or you are even talking of taking anything from me. In the first place, the stem itself, apart from me that paid some money to you, the whole stems were given by the federal government, to farmers who are there, free of charge. And you want to reap where you did not sow. I felt really bad. Indeed, these are some of the frustrations, how human factors are ishododo, and you feel you are smart, outsmarting the other person. If you can do this to me, who is even educated, how much more will you do to... And again, our cassava grower bodies, all these Greek bodies, should stop exploiting people. I made mention of something. Come to our office to fill a loan form, you pay money. To take ID card, you pay money. And then They now bring inputs and all that. You say you are taking money for demurrage. Demurrage was something that was given. It's a loan. No, the man is still going to pay. You still take so much money. Come and do capturing. You take money as much as 1,000 naira per person. Multiply that, and then you say there's nothing you are gaining. This is what our leaders depend upon, just taking advantage of the people. And at the end of the day, the farmer gets nothing from the farm, and all the expenditures, even registration fees here and there, kills registration fee. And yet, like I said, Cassava Growers Association in particular, as a body, should stop being a merchant. They should be a producer. They say they have land. They have been promising us vast. They even said they allocated land, this and that. At a stage, they said we should go to our local government again, saying they are giving us money for agri. They say we should go when they know that in the local government there are not enough lands for people. There are even no lands for people to tractorable land for people to practice agri. These are deceptions. And very soon you will say people collected money that they didn't pay back. How would they when they can't even have land? So no, ìdájọ́ ń bẹ lórí orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà, but mo bẹ̀bẹ̀ fún àánú torí kò sẹ́ni tó bọ́ náà. Mo bẹ̀bẹ̀ fún àánú tó jẹ́ pé I'm pissed off as a human being by what is happening in this. Then so the people, if you think that government can give you money to practice meaningful agriculture, you are wasting your time. Many of us are thieves. Majority, in fact. If you ask me, I will rate 80% of those who are in those bodies. They are there because they say they want to collect money. They think that they can collect cheap money. They are not willing to pay back. The experiences we had with cassava growers as well as the FIREME program there, I think someone was telling me in the ministry that if everybody was like you, that everything would have succeeded. It is only you that we see that paid back your money. I'm not praising myself, but my feeling is this: if we paid back and the government gives us again, and then what is in it? The agreement was that we'll pay back. Why are we? The cassava growers one till today, everybody may not be paid, but I'm still paying, and God will help me. Even though the whole thing was a loss, the 3-hectare rice farm that I didn't harvest. Even the agric extend officer saw it. I didn't harvest anything. The birds ate them up. It would have done well. Also, blossomed, but produced. But then, as the thing was coming out with the seeds, the birds started licking. The birds really love the liquid, the rice liquid. So I harvested nothing, but I am paying my money. I took it twice. I finished paying one. The second one about to finish. And the cassava growers one, no matter how long, to how much is this money that we are even talking about, if not for the troubles here and there. The whole thing that my wife and I took was 180, 180, 360. Then they gave us inputs. And that's what I'm still saying. Cassava Growers Association itself needs to buckle up. They did not deliver all the things to the farmers. I, Yemi Omugwega, did not collect chemicals, but I'm paying for it. Part of the corruption we are talking about. We need to sit up. Bí ènìyàn ò rí wa, Ọlọ́run rí wa. If you think you are feeding on somebody's errors or somebody's weakness, or because somebody is not there to question you, God will question you one day. That's one. Then, as a leader of cassava growers, I try to put so many things in place. Look at, even in our own close, in-house, local government cassava growers association, can you imagine a treasurer embezzling the little money we have, 34,000 till today, a treasurer of our own body. Nigerians, Nigerians, human beings are wicked. Human beings are Nigerians. All efforts to recover this money is still resisting it till today. Why? 34,000 utayan loshi. Pay it owó ẹgbẹ́ ni. If everybody is embezzling it like this, what will happen? But judgment is waiting. My conscience cannot take all these things. That's why I'm saying it even on record. Let it then be on record. The gentleman is in Igede. Let me not mention his name because he might repent later. He still, till today, he embezzled 34,000 naira. What if we had gotten something big? What if somebody like that had gotten a loan? Are the leaders not in trouble? Ẹ jẹ́ ká yí padà. Ẹ jẹ́ ká yí padà. Ẹ jẹ́ ká yí padà. In summary, farming as a commercial venture is unprofitable. One, if you like to go there, please go ahead. Someone told me the other in one of my readings with response to my postings on the Facebook, he said he invested 168,000 naira and he got 700,000. He said he got it, but on pepper. I doubt it. But if he says he got it, he got it. But me, what I have experienced in farming is what I've told you. I did grass cutters farming for somebody. If it were not for somebody who is close to me, maybe it would have been another problem. But it's still part of what I'm still counting as a debt because, there is, what do I call it? He has confidence in me. He has trust in me. That is why he laid down his money. He gave me the money. Because we expended close to 700,000 to 800,000 on that. First of all, the house we built, everything we did, and the feeding and everything. Grass cutter would have been very good, but unfortunately, again, along the line, these animals don't understand grammar. If you don't give them the very best attention, they will cannibalize. It got to a point that I was so divided that I couldn't completely manage it myself as I used to. The little children that was doing it, that commitment would not be as good. They were careless with it. And these animals, and to be candid, these animals produced. What could have been better when we had 2 colonies. 2 colonies. That is a husband and 4 wives in 2 places. And within a space of 5 months, they had already produced up to 32 kids. Children. Let me call them children so that I don't start using all this German language. If we have been able to get those ones sold, in the first place, people are not ready to even buy them. Contrary to the noise they are making to us, that okay, if you are looking for buyer, call us, we'll buy. It's a lie. The ones with and then again, there are some underlying complications, because out of the 32, you may have only maybe 5 or between 5 and 8 females. All the rest male. How do you pair them? How do you match them? These are some of the problems. But in the end, the animals were spending heavily on them and doing everything, but at a stage, that one also failed. All these feasibility studies are only good on paper. If you want to be convinced, just go ahead. Go into any animal husbandry. The trial will convince you. The person who did it, whom I tried to copy them, his pen or his grass cutters has, according to me, has hit more than 100. But most of them perished overnight. Just about he was off sick, and the person that was taking care, of course, nobody will pursue a vision as the owner of the vision. He tried his best, but by the time he came back, he had less than 30. And he himself, by the time he was managing frustration, everything, today it is 0. So these are the experiences. I'm talking from experience. Now, finally, as I'm advising you, I was advised. I asked somebody, a family member, who said, look, my brother, this venture you are going into is not, to me, it's not a good venture. It's not something, in fact, for your age and also you may end up not being, but I saw him as okay. I wasn't convinced. Not that I didn't believe in him, but at least I believe that from what I'm seeing, from the feasibilities, everything, all things are never equal as stated on the feasibility studies. It is when you get to the field you will know. All things are never equal, as economists will say. Nothing is equal. God bless you. I think this is the end of my story as far as a Greek not being a profitable venture is concerned. No wonder Baba Obasanjo has to depend on government support and so on. No wonder many farmers, big time farmers, took bank loans they didn't pay back. Not all of them bother on corruption. The reality is that they didn't realize that money back, and they only took advantage of their position not to pay those ones back. So please, my dear brother, think twice before you go into a Greek. Think twice before you go into a Greek. I have made my recommendations. I'm not a pessimist. Things may turn around to be better tomorrow when the environment is better. But government, please help us. Help the farmers. They are threatened species. God bless you, my viewers. God bless you, all the listeners and viewers. Kindly share. I'm passionate about it. Share this message. Share this message. Share this message. Join my channel by subscribing so that you get more. I have so many things for you on all phases of life. Be your marriage, I have books written on your marriage. Be your own life, I have books written on your own life. Being, name it. I have many books that I have written that will help you to make a headway in life. Please, share. You can always reach me on 080 344 65225. 080 344 65225. Pastor Yemi Omogboyega. End of story. See you again. God bless you.